please welcome Bart Buter.
Thank you very much. Go back a little bit.
Bart, you told me you are a data scientist, but you do something in the DevOps spirit. You provide environments for those who are data scientists, right?
Yes, so our team has actually 3 roles. We'll get into that at some point. And one role, therefore, is what we call the data engineer. And the data engineer makes sure that the data scientists can do their work.
Okay.
So we provide a platform for them. We don't know if it's dev or ops. It is in my title. But we'll see. I'll let you be the judge of that at the end.
So as we said this morning, it's not only about dev and ops, but in the spirit of DevOps. That's the matter of everything. So welcome and have a good keynote.
Okay, so welcome everybody. I hope you had a good lunch. I know this is always a bit of a difficult time to get started, so I made it light and fun. I'm Bart. If I switch to Dutch, it sounds like German. Start yelling. If I switch to German, start yelling louder, because that is even worse, but I'm practicing. I come from Amsterdam, and at the beginning of this year, I moved to Frankfurt to start a new adventure with data scientists in an international team for the ING Bank. So, but before we do that, I'm Dutch, and Dutch people well, they say we're cheap. I think we're not cheap, we like free things. So today I organized that I can be on the other side of that. I'm giving away something, or at least EMC is giving something away. They invited me here, so we said, the person that has the right amount of products from EMC that's in the slides or in my talk, go to the booth and you'll get something. So pay attention, and we'll be giving this away. So, I work at a bank. I'm a banker, and this might be the idea that you have about bankers. On the one hand, we have a vault, a closed-down system. Nothing gets out, nothing gets in, and that's, to some extent, also a little bit of the culture that has been in banks. Security is really important. Trust is really important. If we don't have trust from the people, what are we doing? On the other hand, we had already in the 80s, Gordon Gekko, now the Wolf of Wall Street. We've had some fast guys making a lot of money, going quicker than anyone can think almost. That's also been banking. And I'm neither of these. But I am saying I'm a banker, and at the same time I'm saying I'm a DevOps engineer. So this is what's happening. Banking is old. Banking is over, to say it quickly. And it's now all about banking services. If you look at all the fintech startups that are starting up, and this is just a small picture I found with all the startups that are there, it's no longer about having that bank, but it's about having this thing. If you have Uber, you want to have a taxi. You don't want to have a credit card. If I want to go take a taxi or go with the bus, I don't want to pay for it. I just want to do it. These are the services that people are expecting. And they're getting it everywhere, on their app, on their phone. But banking, we also have to get this. And, well, there's a few articles there. One of them saying, you know, the millennials, it's now a bigger generation than the baby boomers. They think that in 5 years, they don't need a bank anymore. But how do we still stay relevant? Well, that's by doing services, because people still need financial services. And in this also our CIO at ING Diba, he's saying there will no longer be an IT department in our bank. So why do we need these IT people then? Well, that is because IT and the bank will be the same thing. There will no longer be a department, it will be one thing. And this is the change that we're in right now. And it goes really fast. And with you and with DevOps and with making newer and faster apps, we have to make sure that we keep up. So, what's one of the things we do? Well, this is what I did last weekend. So if I look a little bit tired, you might be right. Let me see. maybe not the typical story you expect with someone that has a vault and all these things. But this is what we're doing. And this is one way to be flexible as a bank, to get innovation from not only a specific group that does something, but to do it with the whole company, to have people. We had 300 people from as far away as Singapore all coming to Romania, 40 teams, to have 24 hours to make their product. I was one of these people. I also spent 24 hours. This was our hackathon. In 24 hours, we said, well, why do we have multiple accounts? So who here has multiple accounts? For me, it was payday yesterday. And the first thing I do when I have payday, I move some money to pay off my credit cards. I'm traveling, so you have to pay off your credit cards. You have to move money for savings because you want something. You want to buy a car or something. Something in my investment account. I'm moving all this money around, and we said we don't want to do this anymore. We give you one account. We get rid of all the other accounts. We do the financial management for you, and all you say is we want to have a specific a goal. You say, I want to buy a car in 3 years. It's going to cost me about this amount of money. And we'll make sure that the money is there. We'll make sure that your normal payments also get made. This was our idea. We made it in, well, let's say 26 hours, because we weren't fully finished at the end of it. What did this involve? Well, we had to make a bank. We had to do something with accounts, with customers, with interest rates, all these things. So we were playing bank for a day. A database in the back end. We had to model our customers, which was also fun. So we made digital customers that have events, buying houses, getting married, losing jobs, getting jobs, and all the financial consequences that go into that. So that was our data generation. We made a front end. We made a REST API to all talk with each other. And then we made, of course, this management thing. That was the main purpose of it. We didn't win because we also weren't fully finished. But it was really fun and really good to do this. And this is one way that's an agile way of working for a bank. You invest 24 hours to have a great experience for your employees. And the worst thing that can happen is that your employees have a great time. And the best thing that can happen is that you have a new product that you can launch in quite a fast way. That has some proven value just in 24 hours. So, now we come to my problem. I'm standing here as a DevOps engineer. I do something with data science, but I don't do dev and I don't do ops. I do something with data science, making sure that they can work, but that isn't making a software product. I haven't released anything in 2 years. Data scientists, they also don't really make products. They write code, they write scripts, they make sure it works, but saying that this is somewhat like enterprise software, I wouldn't call it this. We also don't do any real operations. We have pushed that responsibility to people that are providing a platform for us. But at the same time, we are using all these tools. So what am I? So I'll let you figure it out. Have some fun. Tell me later at the booth what's going on here. I hope you have fun. To just give a little bit more of an understanding of what a data scientist does, this is, I think, what a data scientist does. You have some storage here. You have some systems that are running on this storage. This is where your data is. So we know we have data. We're a bank, we have a lot of data. Not a huge amount, we're not web scale, but we do have quite some data. And then we have a goal. So I should have walked the other way, shouldn't I? We have just the goal. Business comes up with, we want to better know our customers. We want to see that it's going wrong with their mortgage payments before it actually is a problem. We want to find out who is better to get a loan or not get a loan. We have a lot of systems that are running, and we want to predict if they're going to be a problem or not. So those are the kind of questions we're trying to answer. A lot of them on the consumer side for now. And then this is what the data scientist does. He uses a bunch of tools. Spark is really doing well. They use either Python, R, Scala. They push their code. We run in a Hadoop platform. So they use Hive for SQL queries. They somehow find a path to a goal, and maybe during the project the goal has changed. So it's now a little bit of a different goal, but it's still they get there. So that is our view of what a data scientist does. And then the data engineer, that's what I should be doing, is use some more tooling. VMware, some more Git stuff, Jenkins, some storage, Hadoop, we have to keep it running. And we also try to, what those data scientists make, I said they like to script. It's not a full enterprise-ready software stack. Let's help them at testing their code, making sure that at the end it can go into production. All the while providing them a platform and also making sure that the data is there, because they want to have their data somewhere that they can get used to, and if it's somewhere hidden away in a storage box, they need some help. So that's what I'm doing. So maybe now you're wondering, hey, I've done the wrong career, I'm here at DevOpsCon, but maybe I'm a data scientist. So I made a quiz. It's 3 questions. So hold in mind how often you say A, how often you say B, and how often you say C. That's all you have to do. So, number 1, in my free time, do you like to read articles? Mostly about something like Monte Carlo Markov chain processes. Do you like to build something? This could have been me. My girlfriend has a few of these pictures of me. Or do you read books? I was yesterday, the first speaker today, the first keynote speaker, had a lot of books in his presentation. So I would put him in the C corner. Then the next question, what is your background? So again, for A, we have a background in math, lots of formulas, bioinformatics or genetics, physics, chemistry, economics, or statistics. That's, let's say, one thing. We also have some social scientists, to be honest, because if you're a good psychiatrist or psychologist that can do some good testing, that's also a good skill to have. Or have you done something with robots, with artificial intelligence, or some more coding, or even we have someone in our team with some high-performance compute background that has been for the last 20 years going around the world to high-performance compute centers. That's more of the B people, let's so to say. And on the C we have, these were the pictures I got for business informatics, just business, or project management, these kind of skills. So figure out where you fit in, hold it in mind, and then we go to the last question. What do you do when you make a presentation, when you stand here like me? Do you have to make a table with a lot of figures in it and some percentages in it? Then you're in the A group of people. If you have some kind of path with milestones and KPIs, then you're a C person. And if you're always looking at other people's presentations and thinking, why can I not do that? Then you're a B person. I identify with the B persons in this one, so let's have a look what's the answer. So who had A as a majority of their things? 2 people, 3. We have 4 data scientists. Who had B as the majority? A little bit more. And who had C? Also, about as much. So, all people come talk to me, we're hiring. This was my other thing I had to do from my boss. These are some open positions we have, so good. So now our team, what do we do? What have we done? And why are we doing this? I work for the International Advanced Analytics team. And we are a group within the ING group that goes around Europe and helps other ING offices get better at analytics. To get started, it started in the Netherlands 2013, so long ago I didn't even put it in the slide. Just as a proof of concept, we got some old machines, put them somewhere in a less secured area and just saw that there was value in it. Then we went, okay, we are going to put a first Hadoop cluster in production, and for the Dutch side, we're going to make a team that does data science within the bank. The bank comes up with the questions, we have the data scientists, we come together, and we make that work. And then this year, like I said, I came to Germany for this. We started a team between the Netherlands and Germany to do international analytics, to do this for the whole of the ING. Although Australia is a bit far to travel, so we haven't gone there yet, but maybe next year. And what's in the books for next year? Well, besides traveling to Australia, I still hope for those air miles. We're busy building a cloud. We're building this in the Netherlands. That's one place, and we want to put analytics in this. But we don't only want to put analytics in the cloud or analytics platform in this cloud. We also are building a data lake and thinking about how to access our data and really put data central to all of the functions we're doing. And then analytics is one part of this. So that's the journey we're at. We're now at the end of 2015, starting 2016. Why is the bank doing this? Well, like I said, there are these threats coming at us from fintechs, from people that are not thinking that they need banking anymore. Therefore, our corporate strategy is to empower people to stay a step ahead in life and business. And if you read through this whole document, I'm not going to explain it all to you. This is our think forward strategy. But there's a few notes I took out here of all the things that have to do with getting forward, predicting things, innovation. So we have staying a step ahead. Well, being a step ahead is already being forward. We have to develop analytic skill. Well, that is quite simply, that's what our team is doing, so we're good there. Increase the pace of innovation. Well, by doing analytics, by making new products, you are innovating, so also good there. The customer needs are changing, and therefore also we need to have different services for these customers. That's also what we're trying to find out. What do they want? Can we see that in the data? And new services again. So this is the corporate strategy, and from this they said, okay, we make this central team that is going to help, at least for the analytics part, to help all the other people in the bank. So what have we done? In orange, you see for the last year, we started last year, so this year we've done projects in these countries. Those are the orange countries. We are a team between Amsterdam and Frankfurt with about just under 20 people now. You saw we have 3 main roles. We have the data scientists, the people that really go into the business, get the data, talk with the business, and see to a way to get their goals by using machine learning, by using advanced analytics capabilities. Then we have the data engineers. They make sure that the data scientists can work, that they have a platform to work from, also that they get the data into this platform or into another platform they can work from. And that keep in mind, like, okay guys, it's nice that you now make a model and that you can predict which customer is a really nice customer for this product. But if you cannot implement it somewhere in your systems, if you're just saying, I can predict this, you don't have any value at all. So it's also our role to go into the business and to say, okay, where does this fit? What systems do you have in place and where can we figure out to do this? At the same time, what we're not doing is we're not doing production. It's not that we're making software and saying you should run this, you should do this, because then if something goes wrong, they're calling us up, and after 10 projects, we'll be bogged down by doing operations things and maintenance and these kind of things. So it's our model to have an agile way of working in a multidisciplinary team, working together with the countries, and the countries provide something and we provide something. So the countries, they have the use case, they have the data, and they also have to give it to us, which is a big legal thing that we have to make sure that, okay, are we allowed to use this data for the use case we're doing right now? They also know their customers better than we do, and they know their system better than we do, so that they have specific knowledge that we need there. This is also a reason why we have an international team with a lot of people. We have people from Spain, the Netherlands, Greece, Italy, Romania, Canada, Cyprus. So quite an international team because we go out all over Europe and we want people that speak the language so that if you get a database with 20 columns with just a description of any language, that they have a feeling of, okay, this is in here. They need to have a product owner. They need to say what they want. If they cannot tell us, we want this, yes, you're going in the right direction. No, you're not going in the right direction. We cannot help them. and they are responsible for finally implementing it. So it is us that gives them a proof of concept, something that works. We take them with us, but it's up to them to finally implement it into their system and make sure it can run there. That's not something we can say from our position. And then we, of course, we have the expertise. We have analytics people, we have PhDs, data scientists, data engineers, and we give them training. That is our engagement model. That's how we work together with them. Again, in a flexible manner. We know that the goals are going to change. We know we need to have multidisciplinary teams because it's too complex to just do one single-minded team. So that's how we get flexibility into our team. Good. And what kind of projects are we running? So we kind of had a feeling of, okay, why do we do it in an agile way? So we do the big orange, the orange section here. So I said, okay, we do more innovation is in the top, less innovation is here. So we try to do innovative methods. If you already know the methods, then you don't need us. So please do it yourself. And the clarity of the goals. If you don't know what you're doing, then it's difficult to start a project. You have to at least have a feeling, so you have to be on this side. So then we came up with these four quadrants that I made a nice picture of. We say, this one, it is, the goals are somewhat clear. We kind of know what you want, but you want to do something that with methods you don't fully know yet. We're going to help you. If you're in this quadrant here, you don't know exactly what you want, but you want to do all the new stuff. That's what we call chaos or a pre-project phase. First figure out what you exactly want, and then come back and talk to us, and we'll see what are the right things to work with, the right tools. Well, there's not that much innovation going on, and you don't really know what you're doing, maybe. So just do it and do it as your own innovation project. It's innovation you can do by yourself. And if you use the tools you know and you know exactly what you're doing, well, that's business as usual. You don't need us at all. So this is how we judge something besides all the legal criteria and these things to see what we're doing. And this, with having having some goals but not a fully clear goal, this section is what we say is also fits well with an agile way of working. The more to the left you get, the more here you get, the more standard project management you can do. The more here you get, the more chaos you get. So somewhere here in the middle is what to say. Okay, we should do an agile project there. So that's why mostly of the projects we push for an agile Scrum way of working. Good. So now a little bit about the platform we're building. I thought I had to have somewhat of a content picture, and maybe you're all now woke up from lunch, so I can quickly go through what we built for the data scientist. We have a Hadoop cluster. That's the core of what we're doing. It's not super big, with quite a lot of disks, maybe a little bit too many. That is what we have. And this is where the data goes into. How does the data go into here? Well, we have a data owner, can be somewhere international. They push it into it with SFTP, because everyone speaks SFTP. And we're a bank and we're used to file transfer, so this works well. And we automatically put it into HDFS in the right folder for the right project. How do they get things out? Because maybe you want to show the value of your of something before putting it fully into production. We said, well, we put a web server here, and whenever we do something that has value, we can put it here, and people can look at it and see if this is what they want to see. So that's usually for the product owner to have a view of what's going on, if it goes in the right direction. We live in a bank, and we don't want our. We still have this vault idea, and I think that's a good idea. I don't like my own transaction information just running around. So we have a big firewall around everything. This also means that we don't want data scientists to just start emailing data left and right. So the only way to get to the data is through a terminal server, Linux terminal server. I think next year we're making also some Windows terminal servers because people like Excel. And with the remote desktop session, that's the only way to get into it. So there is a glass window in front of the data. You cannot easily get it out. The only way things go out is through the code repository. So that is what the data scientist has to take care of, that whatever he does, it is repeatable by putting it in their code repository. And then last, again, because we're in the bank, it's not that easy to go to this dangerous thing called the internet. But we still want to have the latest libraries to use. We want to, it has been done more than once that a data scientist read the article and in 1 or 2 weeks they said, yes, this is exactly the library I found that does what this article says and I can do something with this. And we want them to give them this opportunity. We want them to be this flexible. At the same time, having them put the things in the cluster, we have to go through security and clear this up all the time. So we said, okay, we'll just take whatever you want from the internet, whether it's GitHub, we take a CRAN, our repository, we take PyPy, we just take all of it. Not all of GitHub. GitHub, they have to say what they want. And we put it here on the mirror server, and they only connect to the mirror server. So this is the way that we isolate everything from the internet. And so that we can still have our flexibility inside of the platform while keeping security happy. And how do we work together? So this is again something that is maybe not fully DevOps. We like to be flexible. We have an ops team that provides us this platform to a large extent. Why? Because I don't want to do ops. I don't want to do tickets in a German system that I don't know yet. I don't want to be responsible for patching. So we said, okay, let's work together through Jira and Puppet. So we have quite a lot of freedom in our platform to, through Puppet, change our platform. If we think it's needed, we make a Puppet module and we give this script with some Jira tickets to the big data operations team. They will implement it for us. And this is the way that we can still change our platform, but we're not responsible for operating it because they do a code check. They make sure that, okay, this is something we can take into operations, and they will implement it in operations then. To be honest, this is also the slide where we do have the most problem, and this is because it's a bit of a pyramid. You have the normal infrastructure services, then you have this big data operations team on top of it, and if there's somewhere in this stack, if there's not enough people, or someone says no, then yeah, it comes up to us to figure out how to work with this. So this is, it works, but it's not a full DevOps way of working, and we feel that. Good. So what's in the future? I try to be a project manager every once in a while, so I also have to make a slide with a nice arrow in it. Good. So this is what we have now. We have well, actually we have EMC. That's why they asked me to stand here and talk to you. We have a vSpecs box. Next year we're working on multi-tenancy. And afterwards, going into the cloud and into the data lake with our platform. So that is the nice cloud in the back. We're also looking at something called Isilon, which EMC says is gonna help us. We're still evaluating if this is something we want for Hadoop. But these are the things we're looking at. It's gonna be interesting to have this, the international multi-tenancy. Because, well, let's say the German side of things, we like to have, to say, well, this Italian guy, put him into the German system so that he can be authenticated. And these things are not connected right now, so that is the next challenge we're doing. But I'm sure that we'll manage it somehow again. So we'll be flexible also in this way. For now, what we do is we put people as external contractors into the German system, and they can work that way, but that's not the way you'd like to do it. But it's being flexible, and it works. Good. So that was it. Thank you very much. I hope you all paid attention to the products of the EMC Federation I used. Please come talk to us if you have any more questions, or if you have time for questions now. I don't think so. Then please come see us at the booth, and thank you all very much.